Hey guys, I've had really good luck shopping used CDs the last couple weeks, so I wanted to show you guys what I got. I got indie rock, I got lots of CCM, I got K-pop, I got pop compilations, all kinds of stuff. Pretty stoked on it. Really good deals. Just wanted to go through some of it. Let's see here. I've got this whole box, so it might be a while. Just hang out with me and check out these finds. A lot of them came from Half Price Bookstore. I need to hit up the thrift stores. I am bad about the thrift stores because I spend so much money at Half Price Books that I'm usually feeling pretty satisfied when I leave there and don't have any desire to go search somewhere else. But for $2, Sawyer Brown, one of my favorite country groups, Eli. This album was pretty popular there for Forefront, and then he kind of fell off. But solid album that I used to own, and I'm happy to own again. Pearl, Janis Joplin, that's a classic. Only $2 for that. Plum, Beautiful History Hits Collection, another one that I used to have that I'm glad to have reacquired for $2. Seventh Time Down, BEC, rock band. Jonah 33. Who remembers these guys? Comment if you remember Jonah 33. Actually, I mean it's butt rock, but it's not as bad as it's aged better than I thought it would. Black Hawk, my favorite country group, their third album. I did not have this. Stoked to have that. This was a real steal. $1 for Tickets for a Prayer Wheel by Sixpence None the Richer. Just had some of their B sides and demos and things. So stoked to find that for $1. Rebecca St. James, I think that's her first album. Found that for $1. Let's see what else we got here. Snoop Dogg, Malice in Wonderland for $1. Listen to it, not very good, but I'm a collector, so I buy things even if they're not very good. Chingy Jackpot, another one, not great. A couple good singles on it. Stevie Wonder Definitive Collection for $1. Yeah, that's a pretty good deal. Rachel Lampa, self-titled album. Listened to this the other day. Really solid. How she didn't end up huge, I don't know. She's excellent vocalist and artist. Led Zeppelin, Early Days. It's Zeppelin. OC Supertones Live for all the ska fans out there. Miles Davis, Amandla. Hey, I like Miles Davis. Disciple. Now that's what I call music 15. Yeah, I used to have so many of these. Here's 13 and 9. And then I got rid of most of them, and now I'm trying to recollect them. Word of advice, unless you really need to, just don't get rid of your physical media. Unless you live near me, get rid of it. Take it to Half Price Bookstores on Tiverton, and I'll snatch it up for you for myself if it's good stuff. For the K-pop fans out there, I got Itzy's mini album Kill My Doubt, 3 variants of that. Yep, pretty cool. $1 each for those. That's a steal. I got aespa, their third mini album, 3 copies of that for $1 each the other day too. Not in this batch, so from a little bit before that. Also got Ditto, New Jeans, and OMG. The card box. Lots of, little cards and goodies in there. I love the way K-pop does CDs. They really do it right. Le Seraphim, Unforgiven, another K-pop. All right. right, I gotta make some room here. Get some of these back in the box. I got Chasing Victory Fiends, which I used to have, recently covered by my friends at Turk Jams Now. It's scratched up pretty good, like probably playable, but if it was like, if it wasn't something I think I would easily find again for $1, I would have passed on it and waited for a better copy, but you don't see this one in the dollar bin very often. Highwayman, The Road Goes On Forever, super group with Johnny Cash and Willie Nelson. Bruce Springsteen, The Ghost of Tom Joad. Listened to that one the other day. Pretty chill, good stuff. Devotion, Newsboys. Not one of their better albums, but it's not bad. Peter Furler on vocals on that one. Stephen Curtis Chapman, Christmas is All in the Heart. If you follow me on social media, you know that I'm currently doing some things to build interest in his upcoming Speechless 25 tour. He is touring and playing the whole album in full. Giving away tickets to that. By the time this gets uploaded, I'm not sure if it'll still be going or not, but find me at InEverglow on Twitter/X, at InEverglow on Facebook, at InEverglow.Eric on Instagram, and you'll see how you can be entered to win. But yeah, I'm getting all this, trying to collect all the Stephen Curtis Chapman that I didn't have in my collection already. This is one of them. This is a Hallmark logo and things on this. I guess this is a Hallmark exclusive. Definitely don't think I had seen one with this cover before, so definitely had to snatch that up. Kylie Minogue, Body Language. Paul Simon. I'm not a huge Paul Simon guy. Excuse me. But this is a deluxe edition for $1, so got to get that. Eels for $1. This album's in the top 10,000 on Rate Your Music. Anytime I come across an album that I look up and see is in the top 10,000 on Rate Your Music, for $1, I will usually buy it. Neil Young Unplugged, $1. All right. Reba McEntire #1s. MTV's The First 1,000 Years Rock has Beck and Garbage and Foo Fighters. Lots of the alternative staples of the 90s and 80s. Johnny Cash, Water from the Wells of Home. I think I read that this was collaboration with his son, so that's pretty cool. Some more Johnny Cash. I got Love and I got God. Figure out where my camera is here. Yeah, Love and God. Compilations. Cool. I got The Hunger Games. Catching Fire has The National and Coldplay and Sia. Another one like not in great shape, but another one that probably won't find for $1. So this one I bought because it's one of the worst albums I've ever heard. Montevallo by Sam Hunt. Like, y'all, I try not to trash on music much these days. I used to be really bad about like trashing music that I thought was bad, and I'm glad to have gotten away from that, but some of it, like, I just can't help it. Like this, like, it made me laugh out loud. It's so awkward and so try hard and simpy. It's just I don't like it at all. It's kind of cringe. Plum Blink, like if you have a young child, like that one will tug at your heartstrings a little bit. All right, Grammy nominees 2003, Grammy nominees 2002. I try to collect these. Of course, I collect Way too many things. Grammy nominees 2001. All right, I got some CCM stuff like still in the wrapper, never opened for $1. Um, some really good stuff, some stuff that I just need like to fill in my CCM collection. Casting Crowns, Thrive. Not one of my favorites, but they are a pretty big group. So like for $1 for unopened copy, yes. And also it's finally Christmas. Unopened copy, Casting Crowns, $1. Um, Justin Timberlake's Justified for $1. Lionel Richie Definitive Collection for $1. Donnell Jones, R&B artist. I had an R&B phase. You know, here's um, another K-pop in hyping. Day One. Paul Wall, yeah, because you know I don't have a grill and I never could have pulled that off, but like I'm down with the aesthetic. Aretha Franklin, who's zooming who? Like, did she predict the future? This is from 1985. There was no Zoom then, but now everybody's zooming everybody. So the prophet Aretha. The Second Chance soundtrack, Michael W. Smith composed a lot of these songs, so pretty cool. Wow Hits 2008. Stephen Curtis Chapman, All About Love, another one that I had and somewhere along the way did not have anymore, so glad to reacquire that. As I mentioned, big on Stephen Curtis Chapman stuff for many reasons right now. Went to the Michael W. Smith concert the other day. Picked up Worship Forever. For some reason, this sells for a lot online. So, like, I was kind of holding off and hoping he would have these at a normal CD price, and thankfully he did. So, picked that up at his concert. It's a great show. If you get a chance to see him, go do that. Rebecca St. James, if I had one chance to tell you something, still in the wrapper, $1. Yes, please. All right, we're getting there, y'all. We're getting there. Lifehouse Breathing single. This has the rock remix on it. This was the radio single, sent to radio. Had to pick that up for $1. Chris Tomlin, Love, another one like not one of my favorites, but I try the big CCM artists. I try to fill in my collection of their stuff from the discount bins when it's available. Early Caedmon's Call, My Calm, Your Storm. One that I'm so glad to have found again. It's not, you know, a super common find, and I had this before and got rid of it, and I'm so glad to have found it again. Audio Adrenaline, Until My Heart Caves In. Later Audio Adrenaline, but still good. And then on the opposite end of the Audio Adrenaline catalog, Audio Adrenaline self-titled. I believe this was their first album. Y'all, this is a fun listen. Is it good? No. But is it fun? Yes. So definitely worth the $1. All right. Let's see here. Big Tent Revival Amplifier, still in the package for $1. Jenny Owens Beautiful, still in the package for $1. It was on sale for $11.97, and I got it for $1. So, you know, just hold out and maybe you'll really catch a sale. Big Tent Revival's Greatest Hits for $1. Not in the wrapper. Actually, looks like a little water damaged. Kevin Mack Stereotype B for $1. Another one I'm glad to have in my collection once again after having it and then not having it. One of the first, maybe the first used CD I've ever purchased. And as you notice, the theme here got rid of at some point, but am reacquiring now. REM Monster, another one, not a great album, but like kind of sentimental to me because it was like my first used CD that I ever bought. Sarah McLachlan, The Freedom Sessions. I like the songs on here, but a lot of them are in different versions, like very different, and I'm not super stoked on them, but yeah, I had to check it out. Jimi Hendrix, the best of Jimi Hendrix. I mean, it's Hendrix for $1. Wilco AM for $1. The Complete Stone Roses for $1. Charlie Peacock, Everything That's on My Mind for $1. That's a CCM classic, I would say. Also, like, I'm not a movie guy, y'all know that, but like I used to really like this when I was a kid. So Spaceballs for $1, picked it up. Michael W. Smith, Surrounded, still in the wrapper for $1. Another one who I've been trying to get all of his albums, just like Stephen Curtis Chapman, and this was one of the few left I needed to get from Michael W. Smith, and could not believe that I found an unopened copy for $1. It's crazy. So stoked on that. Michael W. Smith, Hymns to Shine on Us, another one that I needed for my Michael W. Smith collection. This is not a used CD. I bought this new, but it just came in the other day. Sixpence None the Richer, live, brand new live album from them. Stephen Curtis Chapman, Joy, Christmas album, still in the wrapper. Stoked. Wow Gospel 2019, still in the wrapper. Amy Grant, Legacy, her Hymns album. Amy Grant. The Insiders, Paradise. This is a maxi single that was available at one point. At the time, it says these songs, 2 of them were only available on this. I don't know if they were ever made available on one of their other albums or not. But that's a pretty cool find, I thought. Reacquired Dakota Motor Co. or Company, however you want to say it. Another CCM alternative classic, The Choir, White Eyed Wonder. Very stoked to find that for $1. I'm saying stoked a lot, but that means it was a really good haul, clearly. Sozo Playlist, Top Christian Hits. Still in the shrink wrap. Toby Mac, Hillsong, Danny Goki. Lauren Daigle, came out in 2019. A lot of, the CCM singles of the time, I guess. Steve Hindalong, Skinny. He's worked with a lot of great Christian artists. Excited to check that album out, which I don't think is on streaming, at least not on Spotify. I couldn't find it. Sarah Mason, Carry Us Through. Still in the shrink wrap. Stephen Curtis Chapman, Number Ones, Volume 2, still in the shrink wrap. Excited to find that one. 2 different versions of Stephen Curtis Chapman this moment. I got the Cinderella edition and I got the special edition. Both have different bonus tracks on them. Pretty cool. Still in shrink wrap. $1. Crazy good find. Stephen Curtis Chapman, Worship and Believe, from 2016. Still in shrink wrap. Yeah, buddy. Good stuff. All right, we're almost at the end. These are some duplicates that I got because they were just too good of a deal, and I might need a backup at some point if I scratch them up or something. So Sarah Mason, still in the shrink wrap. PAX 217 for $1. Amy Grant, Heart of Motion 30th anniversary, which I had just bought at full price literally like 2 months ago, and then I found a shrink wrap copy for $1. That's just how it goes sometimes. Prayer Chain Mercury, classic. Rich Mullins, still in the package. Yep. Then got some Michael W. Smith duplicates, A New Hallelujah, Worship, and The First Decade. These I actually bought off eBay with that Michael W. Smith Hymns, Shine on Us. Like, it was a good price for all 4, and this was the one I really needed, so I kind of got these free, basically. That's what I'm telling myself anyways. That is my haul over the last couple weeks. Very excited about all these things. Thank you all for watching. Tell me what your favorite of the steals is that I got. Like, what album did I get that you are like, yeah, that was a great find. Please like this video, subscribe, let me know if you want me to do more videos like this. See y'all later.